Live.
Thank you for the warm welcome, Lord Pisa.
It's the least I could do, lad. My fortress is open to...
Thanks for all the fish.
Hey, Cap, thank you for the resub. Appreciate that. 1 whole year. 12
all the King's
months.
supporters. Even if that does make it a bit crammed.
I suppose I ought to get to bed. Where can I sleep, sir?
I had some chambers prepared for all of you. Yours is right here in the palace. Cross that corridor and go up the stairs. You can't miss it. There's a garland above the door. But first, eat your fill. All of you. And maybe you'd like to bathe before going to bed. I told my servant Susanna to
Maybe you
baths.
stink.
Baths are in the little house in the courtyard, right next to the well.
My character hasn't bathed all game. Other than the troughs.
What would you like?
What do you have for sale?
Huh, wasn't expecting that.
Why are you wasting my time if you don't want anything then?
How do I... touch her? Bath.
Lord Pisek said we could have a bath here?
Yes, sir. I prepared the hot water and fragrant oils myself. And I'll wash your clothes as well.
Fragrant oils. That's what I call service.
I could get used to this.
If sir will allow, I'll help you undress.
I will not allow. Thank you. Please leave. Alright. So we are all clean. Like a question, how does the skill system work? When you do something related to a skill, you get XP in that skill. So, for example, if I sneak up behind someone or pick a lock or steal something, then stealth will get XP. And occasionally, when it levels up, you get a perk point. You don't get a perk point for every single level up. You just get it for some level ups. And then the gold ones are ones I've bought. Gray ones are ones I can buy. And these dark ones, I'm not high enough level yet. And so you just get stuff that interests you. Sometimes you level multiple things at the same time. Like while you're in a fight, fighting someone, you might level your strength, your vitality, your agility, your warfare, the type of weapon that you're wielding. Like you might level a bit of all of those at the same time while you're in combat. That just depends on what's going on. So there is some overlaps. This is the wrong room.
Hey, what am I?
Said look for a door with a garland.
Andy's always threatening to leave everything to the church if I don't go and see him.
Once old folks...
There. Oh man. We got a fancy pooper. The maiden's warned about its end. Oh, wait, hold on. If I'm gonna do this, I should sit. Oh, I can't sit. Sitting is impossible. I'll sit here. Alright, let's try this out. You can't delay. Oh my god, every time I've tried to study in this game, it's like, no! Fine. Sleep and save. Sleeping 12 hours. Ooh, we are out. Do you have a pouch on your belt? Do I have a pouch on my belt? I'm not sure. Like, I've got an extra weapon sheath on my belt. I don't know if I have pouch slots on it. Nightmares again?
So you got your revenge?
No, there's still another guy left.
Father, did it make you feel any better? It did. So what comes next?
Mark von Aulitz is next. Then von Burkov.
And is that what you really want, son? No matter how many people you kill, you can't change what's happened.
It's what I want.
Are you sure, Henry?
He's like, yeah, this is pretty great.
What's happening? Why are you waking me up? You again?
Yes, the Margrave is calling for you, sir. You and the other gent.
You mean Zizka?
I suppose. I don't know what his name is, but he's waiting down in the courtyard. I'm just on my way to tend to his wounds.
And what about Catherine?
That's the good wife who arrived with you? I don't know. I think I saw her with our captain.
Ugh. Very well. I'll go now.
Before you go, I brought you something for breakfast. In case you're hungry. Oh,
No.
Have I been too bold?
No. Definitely
No, I got
not.
50 pounds of horse jerky still. I'm
Thank
good.
you. Do you need anything else?
No, sir.
So, why are you standing here?
You haven't dismissed me, sir.
Oh, I see. You may leave. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
She thinks we're noble, and we're like, what are you doing? No! I have to set this up again? Oh my god! Freaking... This is so stupid. This is, like, multiple times today. Just a minute. Going back to YouTube because I watched there and right. Okay, Sonics. Where's my torch? There it is. Alright, I think we're back to normal now. Ah, that's so annoying.
praised.
Loving the music in the game. The music is really good. Gotta love fresh game bugs. I mean, I don't know if it's a bug. Like, I don't know by their definition if they would say it's a bug. They're like, yeah, you woke up in your underpants. It's realism. It's like, ugh. Remember my gear, please.
You see, meine Dame, we aren't idle here. My men train like that every day.
Admirable. If Sigismund and his army happened to turn up, you'd have 2 warriors.
But why would he come here?
Why wouldn't he? Lord Pisak used to be the king's mint master, and everyone knows he's on Wenceslas's side.
Yes, but...
But I'm sure you're not afraid of him.
You're right. Let the ginger fox come. Our walls will hold back his army.
He's trying to flirt, and she's like, you're all gonna die. Hi, Detsky. Where is...
And the towers.
Do I talk with her?
The local village. Lo, the Worth Henry of Skalitz. I'm just holding a discussion with the captain here about his desolate fortress.
That's not how I'd put it. In the end, as my Großvater said, the strength of a castle is measured by its garrison. And mine is one of the best in the region. What do you say, lad? Am I right?
Very impressive.
Aye. I have to admit, the soldiers here look pretty fearsome. I wouldn't want to come up against them in battle.
I get the feeling you'd run instead of facing them, though. Eh?
Leave him be, meine Dame. Nobody with any sense would take on my men.
Now look here, I was just being polite. I'd happily take on your men.
Ach ja?
Do you fancy yourself a knight?
Come, Junge. We'll stuff your clothes with straw, so you don't come to any harm.
Stuff me with straw?
Go against one of ours. Pulcock, come here. The first to bleed loses.
That poor man's name is Pulcock. Wait. I'm not in... Oh my gosh. I'm not in my armor. What the heck?
Yield.
Still believe in
yourself? Dude, what is he doing? Is that Master Strike? Alright. Talk to Catherine. Do I have to hop the fence?
Excellent, Henry.
It was nothing.
Good job. You have my admiration. You really are good with the sword. I hope my idiots learned a thing or two from you.
You should receive some kind of reward for that feat.
And what rewards would you have in mind?
I was rearranging our saddlebags, and I remembered I took a small memento from Trotsky.
Oh. What is it?
Oh. He sounded so disappointed.
I even think it's von Berghoff's. I was meaning to sell it, but it might serve you better.
My word. Thank you. I better
Decorated
go find
field
Zizka.
crossbow.
The Margrave is expecting us.
Swords level
I saw
10.
Zizka next to the stables. There was some girl hanging around him.
Do you want to come with us to see Jobst?
Not really. I'll go and pack my things instead. I have a feeling we'll have to leave soon.
Why?
A woman's intuition.
Okay. Glad I didn't mess my gear up that time. She said a crossbow. Decorative field crossbow. Ooh, yes. This is almost twice as good as my current one. Alright, let's add this to every set. Let's see. Where? Oh, over there. I'm just in my armor right now.
It's strange, crooked, like a letter from a fancy book.
Ah, this. I fell off the battlements at Laxenburg Castle.
Lord above! From the walls! And were you conquering or defending that castle, sir?
Well, depends on how you look at it. We were storming a wine cellar, you see.
Ah, I do see.
How are things, Captain?
What do you think? I've seen better days. And you, youngster?
Yeah, not so great. I'm feeling pretty battered.
Just wait until you've been through as much as I have.
Nah, don't say that. You still have your strength. A real man of iron.
A damned rusty one, I'd say. But enough chat. I see Jobst has returned to the fortress.
That's why I'm here. They're expecting us. I wanted to take Catherine along too, but she said she'd rather get the horses ready.
She's doing the right thing, and you better run ahead and greet the Margrave. I'll join you shortly.
You want me to go on my own? But he's the Margrave.
So what? You already know him better than I do. You met him in Ratai. I only know what I've heard about him.
Well, all right, but he sent for us both. How's it gonna look?
A bit odd, I suppose. But you must understand, I'm doing this for our benefit. The less time I spend with a Margrave in one room, the better.
All right, then. I'll be going, then.
It looked like my gear was a little battered there. Hang on. It is, but there's not a lot I can do about it. Go to the banquet hall for an audience. Dang, you can just take any of these.
Noch ein Köter.
Henry. Where's Captain Zizka?
He got held up.
I received a report that von Bergov's banner is flying in the camp of my dear cousin Sigismund, so I assume the negotiations at Trotsky didn't go too smoothly.
No, sir. I don't have good news for you, I'm afraid.
Well, good or bad, I'm sure you have plenty to report. So what happened with von Bergov at Trotsky?
Bergov had no interest in our message. By the time we finally arrived at Trotsky, he'd already long since made a deal with Sigismund. But of course, he didn't tell Sir Hans and me anything. And on top of that, he used us to do his dirty work. Everything went to hell in the end, and we ended up in a dungeon. Or at least I did. They took Lord Capon away. In fact, that's why we're here. We were following von Bergov's trail.
So I've heard. But I'd be interested to know the details. It's been some time since our meeting in Ratai, and now you appear here by the side of a quite unexpected guest.
An unexpected guest?
Yes, of course, I've heard of Zizka before, and of his unconventional ways of supporting our king. But I don't know where you know him from.
We met outside Trotsky, in rather complicated circumstances. We crossed swords. I can only thank God we didn't kill each other.
And who was giving Zizka orders? Do you know?
I think it's some Jan Sokol of Lamberg.
That would make sense.
Just gonna be honest with
He
him.
was always quite pig-headed. Enough about Zizka.
Say nothing.
I also heard something about a pillory and poaching. What the hell did you and Sir Hans get up to?
Play it down. No, just tell him the truth.
Things went wrong right from the beginning. We were ambushed, and we lost the letter. Lord Capon and I were lucky to get out of it alive. But no one at Trotsky believed that we were messengers.
Von Berghoff refused to aid a nobleman in need. That seems pretty low for a man of his stature.
Well, to be honest, Lord Capon didn't really look much like a nobleman. We were ambushed while bathing in a pond, and then we fled through the woods. So we really looked like a pair of beggars.
Ah, that must have been a peculiar feeling for Lord Capon.
You can't even imagine it, Your Grace.
I certainly cannot, in truth. In any case, are you sure there's nothing else you want to tell me?
Killed Istvan.
Well, you should probably know that Istvan Toth was working for von Berghoff.
Who's he?
One of Sigismund's cronies. He was causing havoc around Ratai.
Ah, yes. Hanush and Radzig mentioned some such person. They even foolishly let him go.
They had to. They gave him their word.
Yes. Well, it's actually quite heartening that some people still have such naive ideas about the world.
Hi.
Well, no one let him go this time.
Thank you.
He's dead.
Very good. From what I've heard, he was a bandit and a cutthroat. There should be no dealings with his ilk.
Say nothing.
And do you want to tell me anything else? Besides about Toth?
That's all that happened, sir.
Truly. My court messenger and bearer of tidings, both good and bad, John of Liechtenstein, has mysteriously gone silent. So every piece of information I get now is precious. By the way, you said you were in von Berghoff's dungeon. And I can imagine how they treated you there. Tell me, did you reveal anything?
I didn't betray Liechtenstein. Godwin did. But,
Well, although it wasn't me who told him,
there we go.
von Berghoff did get certain information.
What information?
About Liechtenstein. That he's in Kuttenberg. And what he's doing there. I'm really sorry, sir, but... well, they tortured us.
That is truly unfortunate. But you've nothing to be ashamed of. I think it's too much to expect anyone to hold their tongue under torture.
But Lord Liechtenstein... what if they killed him because of us?
John went straight into the lion's den. He knew the risks. Thank you for the news. You're free to go if you want.
What's for lunch? What is this? It's pasta shells. And okay, I think my wife tried to make like pasta chicken Alfredo. And it didn't quite come out perfect, but it's good. And we're going to finish the leftovers and tweak the recipe before the next attempt. So that's what I'm eating right now.
But I would be glad if you stayed at the fortress. As soon as it's possible, you can join a legation heading for Rattay. I'm sure you already want to go home.
What? Go home? I can't. I have to rescue Sir Hans. I made a promise I'd protect him.
A noble thought. But you mustn't worry about Lord Capon. I'm sure von Berghoff has him trapped in a gilded cage.
But I made a promise, sir.
I understand, but honestly, Lord Capon is now safer than you or I. The most sensible course now is to wait for the ransom demand.
Margrave.
Ah, Captain Zizka. Henry and I were just discussing Lord Capon.
Yeah, the Margrave thinks he's in no danger, and we should wait for a ransom demand.
As one does.
I wanted to talk to you about something else. I suppose you're wondering why your friend Hinnek, also known as the Dried Devil, isn't here?
Oh, there's plenty of gossip going on around the fortress. You and Pisek refused to grant him asylum.
Asylum is for those in distress, Captain. Hinnek came to burn and pillage. I have quite different plans.
And what might those be, Margrave? Sitting and talking while King Wenceslas rots in a dungeon. What would I expect? Not so long ago, you were conspiring with Sigismund against Prokop, your own brother.
It would be futile trying to explain to you the intricacies of the Luxembourg's dynastic politics. Let me just explain that that was what was called for in the situation. But I assure you that I am now acting in the best interests of this country and of King Wenceslas.
You're acting first and foremost in your own interests. Everyone knows that.
Strong words coming from a man who earns his bread by killing merchants on the road.
No, don't do it.
Offense intended.
Put it down.
I applaud your art. The pen is mightier than the sword, but there are times when it's vice versa. Enter.
All ready to leave now, sir?
Good. It's high time. I expect the captain was about to leave anyway. Are you not?
With pleasure.
And you, Henry?
Me? Well, sir, I made a promise.
I understand. I won't attempt to keep you here by force. But bear in mind, I have concluded a very fragile truce with Sigismund, which gives us time to get ready. And if anyone should disrupt my plans with headstrong acts of violence, there will be consequences. Grave consequences. I consider this matter closed. Farewell and good luck.
Dude, does Zizix, however you say his name, with the bandage across his eye, that leads to some really good shots of him just looking absolutely fierce.
Are we leaving?
Yeah. And Henry's going with us.
Wait, you'll help me find Capon?
Sure. But we'll need people for that. And information. Catherine, I've got a job for you.
Yes?
Go to Kuttenberg. Find out what happened to Liechtenstein. If anyone knows what's going on in this godforsaken country, it'll be him. In the meantime, we'll go and find Dry Devil and his band.
Good luck. I'd go all the way to Rome to spy if it kept me away from the devil.
Let's go.
Auto
Stay
follow.
close. The devil doesn't know you.
Checking nourishment. Character's a bit hungry. Eat another dried horse meat. Dude, that one horse that I butchered and dried the meat early in the game gave us like 100 food. It's lasted us so long.
But he should recognize me, even like this, unless he's too drunk.
What is your...
Where are we right now? Whoa, there's a whole second map? How big is this game? Oh my god. It said you can pay a horseman to go between regions. There's a second world map? Oh, happy birthday to me.
Until we find him.
That won't be necessary. We just have to visit places where you can get booze.
So